All right, we are back in our Toddville job. I haven't posted much. We've been super busy the last month or 12, 24 months. Anyways, what do we got going on? Drywall. So furnace startup is done. So the space is officially heated now, insulated. The guys are upstairs blowing the attic in right now. This is unfinished mechanical room. Panel is set, furnace is set. Ducting is in for the power or for the on-demand water heater. I think they hung on Tuesday morning. We had to scramble Tuesday morning or Monday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon, whenever the day before they were gonna hang. I got a call at like 1:30 in the afternoon and said, hey, we can hang that job tomorrow. So we had just gotten the shower panels in for the bathtub, or I should say the bathtub surround panels in from Menards like Monday. So I had to scramble to get those installed, do a little more cleanup and some prep stuff. I framed this corner in to hide the pipe. This lower area in the basement was not supposed to be finished, but the price on the drywall came back pretty reasonably right off the bat, so I just had them do it. That way we didn't have to worry about inspections or anything. We're having all the wiring and outlets done down here with just paper barrier on the walls. It's just get it done. It worked into the budget. So this is the existing space here where we cut the concrete out, put a doorway in. The ductwork is tied back in. This is some cold air returns here to pick up the two rooms above this level, and then branch line feeding. There used to be a furnace here in the corner that fed the upstairs, a furnace and air that fed the two bedrooms above us, and this space here. Well, actually, this is heated with the boiler, but the air conditioning was here, or is here. So we just reconnect the duct here, back to the furnace. So the new furnace in the new addition handles the upstairs first level here, and also supplemental the air conditioning for the two rooms above here, which should be way better than it was before. And it wasn't ducted very well, so that should help with that. So we've got to come back in. This was a closet here in the corner, a wall, the window, furnace closet. So we need to tie all these soffits back in here, do the sheetrock in this room. I did not have the hangers or anybody do any of this work here. We'll do this work ourselves. Just kind of some fill-in work next week. We'll get a crew back over here and start framing this in and getting some sheetrock hung on this. Doesn't look like we have any electrical to worry about covering up and all the roughing inspections are done anyway. So we're good on that as far as that goes. Just existing room. We had to cut the soffit out all the way back to existing mechanical room in this hallway. And then we also moved some light switches. Whoever built this 30 years ago put the light switches behind the door. This was also an addition. So this was the concrete wall that was cut for a door to be added. So this is the basement of the first addition on the house. That's the basement over there for the second addition. So this is two additions on this existing house already. So this soffit was cut out. Pardon the darkness here. Find a light switch. So that soffit was cut out to get into this room for the gas lines. We upgraded everything to 2-pound gas to get enough gas, and then we had to increase the meter because this is feeding the meter's feeding a shop, this whole house, plus the addition, including the water heaters, the boiler, and the shop heater. So there's a lot of stuff coming out of this meter. So everything was upgraded to 2-pound gas to get the volume necessary to get everything fed correctly. So there's a regulator in here, a new meter, larger meter, and then the new manifold to feed everything else. So we're feeding the addition with 2-pound gas the distance. It will have its own hot water heat, and then the electrical line had to be fed from here into the garage, and then it's conduited from the garage side of the wall to the panel in the garage. So that is how power is fed over there. And we also fed water line from the well, and smoke detectors. Also had to tie in smoke detectors and bring a ground wire over. So gas line, sub panel power, water line, ground wire, and then smoke detector line. So this is 5/8 here. We'll throw all that back together and to retexture that. Gotta go up the stairs. This plastic is on the carpet. It's rated for about 30 days. So we come back, we just pulled this off into last week and re-put it down again because after 30 days, it just doesn't stick very well. All right, this is the old entryway to the bedroom that was there. Boiler line, this boiler fed that bedroom through here. We had the plumber come out, cap that, relocate that. So that boiler is just for this hallway and laundry room space. Adding this closet. I'll have a 48-inch double pantry door here. Close off the bedroom wall. The new thermostat for the boiler will go here. This is the laundry room, which I'm not sure why. Oh, they cut that out for probably for the wiring. There's going to be a laundry cabinet here, countertop cabinet here, lower cabinet. It's kind of a drawer with a ironing board. Pull out of the drawer, plug the iron in right here. That's there. Washer and dryer. There'll be a tall linen cabinet in the corner. We're going to take these off the pedestal, put a new pedestal floor or new pedestal built up here for these. Oh, the hangers on all this. Holy crap. Nice work, guys. Well, I didn't even notice this, but the drywall guys that hung that addition out there patched all this in for us too. That's amazing. Maybe we'll just have their finishers finish it while they're here. Yeah, that's all patched in. So this washer box was buried in this corner. Actually, I take that back. I think the washer box was over here, and we had to move that to here because we're putting a 24-inch base cabinet here with a sink, because there was a sink here before on this wall. There was a window here, and then a base cabinet with the sink, countertop all the way around. You can see some pictures and videos earlier. You might see some of it. Washer box moved over, moved the dryer outlet. The dryer plug was there. That's just going to be capped inside the cabinet. That's dead, actually. And then I think this is the junction for the new dryer outlet. I don't know what's going on there. That's the electrician's problem, but GFCI here for the sink. By code, you have to have a GFCI within 2 foot of a sink edge. Don't ask, it's code. Move sink plumbing over to here. So it'll be tall linen, washer dryer, 24-inch sink base with a small stainless steel utility sink and a Delta ESSA bar faucet on that. Had to move the outlet. So basically, we were going to move the washer box farther over because this is like 27 inches, I think. So our sink's basically going to be a little wider than this. We cannot move this. There's a stack of there's a beam in here, stack of 2x6s that are supporting the second floor of the original house and near the stairwell. So we could not go through there. They were able to get the wiring around and through to move the wiring, but we could not get the washer box past that because the structure, also the stack is over here, so we had to be within 5 foot. So it's just on the edge. It's going to be fine. Small minor detail. We don't like to have stuff like that happen, but it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. This room, the flooring in the house is built up to like 1.25 inches. Don't ask me why. Somebody put a new laminate flooring over probably, I don't know, a couple different layers of flooring. Super bad, but this is going to get built up to 3/4 roughly. Tile, this will be tiled in here. This will be a door into the addition, just an interior door. And it's super warm in there. I probably need to figure out what's going on with the thermostat. Excuse me. So that'll just be a door. 3-way switches for the lighting and fan in here. Electric fireplace. And I hid some parts in there for the pocket door, and I see somebody moved them. So hopefully the pocket door hardware is not lost. But the power there is for the fireplace. Outside wall was insulated sheetrock before. Windows get 3-side wraps, wood sills. switching there. So that's all living room, kitchen. It will be vented, stove hood, exposed hood there, under cabinet lights, under cabinet lighting, sink in the middle of this. This is a whole nother conversation here. Gas line for the gas stove, power for the gas stove, water for the fridge. There'll be a tall cabinet here. We'll have the microwave inside of that. Countertop power, actually fridge power, countertop power, stove, countertop power. The fiasco we have on this job is, which this was designed by a designer, this addition was, is the window is only 1.5 inches taller than the level of the countertop. And by code, you have to have outlets within 24 inches of the edge of the sink. It's dumb. I know it is what sounds dumb, but 99% of the homes you can put outlets either side of the sink. But being we have a window here that's 9 foot wide or 7 foot wide, whatever it is, 33-inch sink, we could not. We've talked to the inspectors, the county about this. We have to put outlets in. The only option we had was countertop outlets, which wouldn't work because we had a dishwasher going here underneath, so the pop-up outlets wouldn't work. Same thing over here. We had a drawer in this cabinet, and the cabinets were already ordered when we started doing rough-in wiring. So what we came up with doing a flush surface mount outlet. These are roughed into that box over there. So there'll be an outlet that sits on the finished countertop here, just a single simplex receptacle. These are actually pretty common. It used to be like they have accessories for them, like candles. If you want to put a candle in your window, you could it stabs down inside that hole and sits there and it lights up, electric candle. So they're actually somewhat common, or they used to be super common, not as much anymore. But it's really our only option to get outlets per code next to the sink that needs to be there. So I don't know. That's what was came up with. Couldn't do homeowner didn't want countertop pop-up outlets or countertop outlets on the countertop. He wanted it clean and flush, so that's how it's going to be. Outlets will be there. Hopefully he likes it because that's the code requirement. Anyways, moving on. Kitchen, a bank of switches, thermostat,